Hello everybody, let's continue our discussion over triangles with the questions from the CBSE pattern exercises. So, here we have the first question which says E is a point on the side AD produced of a parallelogram ABCD and BE intersects CD at F. So, all of this is going to be clear once we draw the parallelogram ABCD. That's the parallelogram ABC. D. It says that AD is produced till the point E and EB segment meets CD segment at F. I have to show triangle ABE, that is ABE, this bigger triangle is similar to CFB, this triangle, similar to triangle CFB. All the criterias of proving two triangles to be similar should be at your fingertips. Here, because you know that AD is parallel to BC because it is a parallelogram, so opposite sides are parallel. I have produced AD to E, so obviously AE is also parallel to BC, right? AE is parallel to BC and therefore this line EB is acting as a transversal intersecting these two parallel lines BC and AE, and therefore this pair of alternate interior angles is going to be equal. So I am going to have angle AEB sitting in triangle AEB is equal to angle FBC sitting in triangle FBC. Why? Because they are alternate interior angles. Moreover, you know, because this is a parallelogram, so opposite angles are equal. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle is sitting in the triangle AEB and this angle is sitting in the triangle BFC. So I have angle A, or I should say angle EAB is equal to angle BCF. Opposite angles of a parallelogram. And therefore by AA similarity criteria, you have two triangles similar. You have A is corresponding to C, this E is corresponding to this B. So I will have triangle AEB is similar to triangle CBF. So I have proved that triangle AEB is similar to triangle CBF, or triangle ABE is similar to triangle CFB. Clear? By AA similarity criteria. Then we have this figure given. It says that PS upon SQ is equal to PT upon TR. Now please try to remember your basic proportionality theorem or the Thales theorem. You have a triangle PS upon SQ is equal to PT upon TR. So by converse of the basic proportionality theorem, I will have ST is parallel to QR. ST is parallel to QR by the converse of the basic proportionality theorem. Okay? The moment I have ST is parallel to QR, you can very easily identify if this is angle 1, even this is going to be angle 1 because these are corresponding angles. So I will have angle PST is equal to angle PQR because they are corresponding angles, right? Here I am interpreting the situation as what? ST line is parallel to QR line and PQ is acting as the transversal, making each pair of corresponding angles equal. Moreover, it is given in the question that angle PST is equal to angle PRQ. So it says if this is angle 1, this is also angle 1. Already it is saying that angle PST is equal to angle PRQ. This it is already giving. So PST is this also, PST is this also. So you are getting angle PQR is equal to angle PRQ. If you are getting angle PQR is same as angle PRQ, then you know that opposite sides or sides opposite to equal angles are equal. So if Q is equal to R, then PQ is equal to PR. PQ is equal to PR. Since sides opposite to equal angles are equal. The moment in this triangle you have two sides of same measure, it is definitely an isosceles triangle. Clear? Next question says what? It says OA into OB is equal to OC into OD. Show that angle A is equal to angle C and angle B is equal to angle D. Now try to focus upon this figure. If it says OA into OB is equal to OC into OD, you can write this as OA upon OC is equal to OD upon OB. Now try to understand. OA upon OC is equal to OB upon OD or OD upon OB. Yes, OA upon OC is equal to OD upon OB, and clearly these two angles are vertically opposite angles, so they are equal. So this small triangle that you can see, triangle AOD, and this large triangle COB, both will be similar. This is there, and I am also saying angle AOD is equal to angle COB because they are vertically opposite angles, and therefore by SAS similarity criteria, because two sides here are proportional to two sides and the included angles are same, so by SAS similarity criteria I have what? AOD, triangle AOD is similar to triangle COB. The fact that these two triangles are similar means that their corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are proportional. So this gives me angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D, and angle at O in both these triangles is same, which I already know because they are vertically opposite angles. So I have got what I wanted. I have got AC and angle B is same as angle D. The diagonals of a quadrilateral intersect each other at point O such that this ratio holds. Show that ABCD is a trapezium. Let's roughly draw something like a trapezium so that we can feel what is going on in the question. So you have A, B, C, D, A, B, C and D. It says that diagonals are intersecting at point O. So the two diagonals say they are intersecting at point O. This is just a quadrilateral given right now. Fine, I am just drawing it like this because at the end I want to show it's a trapezium, so I should get the feel what's going on and what I need to prove in order to come to the conclusion that the figure is a trapezium. AO upon BO is equal to CO upon DO. I can write this as AO upon CO is equal to BO upon DO, right? Obviously CO I bring this side, BO I take that side, it's okay. Now see what you do, you draw a line which is parallel to AB. So you draw OE parallel to AB. And now focus upon this triangle. Which triangle? Focus upon this triangle. This is triangle ADB. In triangle ADB, what is it that you have? EO is parallel to AB. Therefore, by basic proportionality theorem, DE upon EA is equal to DO upon OB. This is basic proportionality theorem. We know this. So this implies reciprocals are also going to be same. This is equal to OB upon DO. But OB upon DO is given equal to AO upon CO. So I have got EA upon DE is equal to AO upon CO. What have you got? EA upon ED is equal to AO, this is your AO upon CO. So just bring your focus on now to this triangle. What is it that you have with you concerning this triangle? You have EA upon ED is equal to AO upon OC. So automatically this line will be parallel to this line by the converse of basic proportionality theorem. So in triangle ADC, as I have written, EA upon DE is AO upon CO. This implies EO is parallel to CD by converse of basic proportionality theorem. So you had constructed EO parallel to AB and you have proved EO is parallel to CD as well. Two lines parallel to the same line are parallel to each other. So you get AB is parallel to CD. A quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite sides is parallel is a trapezium. So because one pair of opposite sides has come out to be parallel, clearly it is a trapezium. Okay? Moving to the next question we have, in an equilateral triangle ABC, D is a point on side BC such that BD is 1/3 of BC. Okay? We have to show that 9AD square is 7AB square. Let's try to understand the situation. So this is there, this is A, B, C. D is a point such that AD is 1/3 of this BD is 1/3 of this complete BC. What you do is you drop perpendicular from A onto BC. You drop a perpendicular from A onto BC. And please don't forget, this is an equilateral triangle. So each side is of same length. Suppose that length is A. So I have AB is of length A, BC is of length A, and AC is of length A. Now please try to understand what I am trying to say. In triangle ABE and ACE, if these two sides have first of all same length, then the angles opposite to them are going to be equal. So angle B is equal to angle C. We know in an equilateral triangle each angle is of 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees, this is 60 degrees, this is 90 degrees, and even in here this is 90 degrees. So if I talk about triangle ABE and triangle ACE, angle ABE is equal to angle ACE, one angle same. Angle AEB is equal to angle AEC, another angle same. And AB's length is equal to AC's length. So by AAS congruence condition, I get triangle ABE is congruent to triangle ACE, and therefore their corresponding paths are going to be equal. So I will have BE is equal to EC as one of the results of CPCT. So as you don't need to prove this, you don't need to prove this in this particular question, but you should understand how this is coming. Whenever you have an equilateral triangle and there is an altitude drawn, then it actually also bisects the other side. Okay, when you drop this altitude from a point to the vertex from a point to the opposite side in an equilateral triangle, it is not just an altitude, not just a perpendicular, it also bisects the other side. BE is same as EC. E actually is the midpoint of BC. So as triangle ABE is congruent to triangle ACE, this implies BE is equal to CE as a result of CPCT. So you get E is the midpoint of BC. If complete length of BC is A units, then BE's length would be A by 2 and EC's length would also be A by 2. So you get, this implies BE is equal to EC is equal to A by 2. Now focus on the triangle ABE. You know that this is a right angle triangle, right angle at E, right? So hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus perpendicular square. So you get AB square is equals to BE square plus AE square. Okay? So this gives you AE square is AB square, that is A square, minus BE square, which is A by 2 whole square. So this gives you A square minus A square by 4, 4A square minus A square, 3A square by 4. So AE will be root 3A by 2. This is the length of AE, that is the perpendicular. Now BE is equal to A by 2. And it is given that BD is 1/3 of BC. BC's length is A, so BD is 1/3 of A, that is A by 3. BD you know, BE you know, so DE also you know. DE is BE minus BD. BE minus BD, which is A by 2 minus A by 3. 3A minus 2A is A, LCM 6, so you get DE is A by 6. Now focus upon the triangle ADE. Even this triangle ADE is a right angle triangle. So in triangle ADE, you have hypotenuse square again is equals to base square plus perpendicular square. So you have AD whole square is equals to base square, that is DE square, plus perpendicular square, that is AE square. DE is A by 6 and AE is root 3A by 2. Let's compute this. This is A square by 36 plus 3A square by 4. So you get A square plus 27A square by 36. This is 28A square by 36, which is 7 by 9. 4 into 7 is 28, 4 into 9 is 36. A square. But A is the length of AB. A is the length of AB. So I can write AD square is 7 by 9 length of AB square. So you get 9 times AD square is 7 times AB square. 9 times AD square is 7 times AB square, hence proved. Next question says that observe this figure and find angle P. Observe this figure and find angle P. Let's do that. If you observe these two triangles, you can clearly see AB upon RQ is 3.8 upon 7.6, which is 1 by 2. Then I am saying AC upon RP is equal to 3 root 3 upon 6 root 3, which is 1 by 2. And then you have BC upon PQ is equals to 6 upon 12, which is 1 upon 2. So you have AB upon RQ is equal to AC upon RP is equals to BC upon PQ. Therefore, by SSS similarity criteria, both these triangles are similar. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle RQP. Why? Because AB is corresponding to RQ, BC is corresponding to QP, and AC is corresponding to RP. So these two are similar means that corresponding angles are equal. So you have angle A is equal to angle R, angle B is equal to angle Q, angle C is equal to angle P. I have to find angle P. Angle P is same as angle C. What is angle C? If I talk about triangle ABC, two angles are known. One angle can easily be known by angle sum property. So by angle sum property, angle C is what? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180. Angle A is 80 degrees. This is 60 plus angle C is 180. Right? Angle C is 180 minus 80 plus 60. This is 40. So angle C is 40, which is equal to angle P. So angle P is 40. Clear? Next question says that Prove that the area of an equilateral triangle described on one side of a square is equal to half of the area of the equilateral triangle described on one of its diagonals. Let's first draw a square and then try to understand the situation which the question is trying to put us into. This is a square and there is an equilateral triangle described on one side of the square. This is side of the square. I am saying suppose the square is of side length A. That means each side is of length A. Fine. If this is of length A and this is an equilateral triangle, automatically this is also of length A and this is also of length A. This is one equilateral triangle described on one side of the square. Now if I talk about this diagonal, there is another equilateral triangle described on this diagonal, which is this. Now what is the length of this diagonal? Of course this is a right angle triangle because each angle in a square is 90 degrees. So let me mark this. This is A, B, C, D, E and F. Triangle CAB is an equilateral triangle described on one side of the square, and triangle BDF is an equilateral triangle described on one diagonal of the square. What is the length of this diagonal? Length of this diagonal is actually the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle BAD. So in triangle BAD, hypotenuse squared, that is BD square, is equal to BA square plus AD square, that is A square plus A square, which is 2A square. So BD is actually root 2A. So the length of the diagonal is root 2A. If length of the diagonal is root 2A, this is actually sitting as one of the sides of this equilateral triangle. So even this is root 2A, this complete, and even this is root 2A. So the equilateral triangle described on one of the sides of the square is of side length A. The equilateral triangle described on one of the diagonals of the square is of side length root 2A. Now, if you understand and remember the concepts about equilateral triangle, you know that if this is equilateral triangle, each angle is of 60 degrees. If this is equilateral triangle, each angle is of 60 degrees. So obviously, three angles of this triangle 60 degrees each are equal to three angles of this triangle 60 degrees each. So by AAA similarity criteria, both these triangles are similar. By AAA, triangle CAB is similar to triangle FBD. Okay, why? Because each angle is of 60 degrees. Since each angle is equal to 60 degrees. The moment these two are similar triangles, I can talk something about the ratio of their areas. So this implies area of triangle CAB, its ratio with area of triangle FBD is equal to what? Square of the ratio of any two corresponding sides. Pick up any side, pick up CA and FB. So you get CA upon FB whole square. We have proved this. CA's length is small a, FB's length is root 2a whole square. AA cancels out, you have 1 by 2. So you get area of triangle CAB is equal to half of area of triangle FBD. So you have proved that area of the triangle described on one side of the square is equal to half of area of the triangle described on one of its diagonals. Next we have a girl of height 90 centimeters is walking away from the base of a lamp post. So there is a lamp post. Say this is my lamp post. The lamp post is obviously vertical to the ground. This is the ground, that's the base. So if that's my ground, this is my lamp post which is vertical to the ground. There is a girl which is starting to walk from here, from the base of the lamp post. Away from the lamp post it is walking. So it is going to walk in this direction at a speed of 1.2 meters per second if the lamp is 3.6 meters above the ground. So this is 3.6 meters is given to be the length of the lamp post. Find the length of her shadow after 4 seconds. So the girl is moving at a speed of 1.2 meters per second. After 4 seconds, suppose this is the girl. After 4 seconds, if per second it is moving 1.2 meters, so from here to here, it has moved in 4 seconds. That means how much distance has it covered? 1.2 into 4, which is 4.8 meters. This point is after 4 seconds. It starts walking from here. After 4 seconds, it reaches over here. If per second it is covering 1.2 meters, that means in 4 seconds it has covered 4.8 meters. So this distance is 4.8. The height of the girl is given to you as 90 centimeters. Everything is in meters, so I will convert it into meters as 0.9 meters. Now find the length of her shadow. If this is the girl, this would be the shadow of some length, right? Obviously, the girl is also perpendicular to the ground, so even it would be making an angle of 90 degrees, no doubt. This is her shadow. Say this point is C, this point is B, this point is A. This is her shadow ending at say point D. I have to find this CD, that is say X. This is her shadow after 4 seconds walking away from the lamppost. So what you can do is you can talk about, let me just draw it a bit larger so that we can have a clear picture. So this is it, and say that's the girl. Is it understood? So this, you can see the figure. Let me complete this. Yeah. So this is the figure basically. This is your lamppost, 3.6 meters long. A girl is starting to move from the base of the lamppost away from the lamppost at a speed of 1.2 meters per second. So after 4 seconds, it reaches over here. So it has covered a distance of 4.8 meters. After 4 seconds, this is her shadow, which it is making. I have to find the length of its shadow. I have to find X. Obviously, the lamppost and the girl are standing vertical to the ground. So this is 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Let us begin our journey of finding X. Say this point is E. Now try to see in triangle ECD. This girl can act as a line, okay? So in triangle ECD and in triangle ABD. What are we having in both the triangles, the bigger one and the smaller one? This angle is common. Angle EDC is same as angle ADB. This is same. And I also have this angle and this angle 90 degrees same. So I have angle ABD is equal to angle ECD. So if two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of the other, by AA similarity criteria, both the triangles are similar. Triangle ABD is similar to triangle ECD. Okay? The moment they are similar, their corresponding paths are going to perform a certain relation. Their corresponding angles will be equal and corresponding sides will be proportional. So you will have AD upon ED. AD upon ED is equal to AB upon EC is equal to BD upon CD. Catch hold of this. AB upon EC gives you 3.6 upon 0.9. This is equal to BD. BD is 4.8 plus X and CD is just X. This is what you have. What is 3.6 upon 0.9? It is 4. So you get 4x is equals to 4.8 plus x. This gives you 3x is 4.8. So x is 1.6. The shadow after 4 seconds of the girl is 1.6 meters long. Clear? Moving to the next question we have. In this figure, the line segment XY is parallel to the side AC of triangle ABC and divides the bigger triangle into two parts of equal areas. Right now you can see this XY line is dividing this complete bigger triangle into two parts. One is triangle XBY and another is this quadrilateral AXYC. Both this and this have equal areas. That's what is written in the question. So I can write area of triangle ABC as area of triangle XBY plus area of triangle AXYC. But area of triangle AXYC is same as area of triangle XBY. So I can write area of triangle ABC as area of triangle XBY plus area of triangle XBY. So area of triangle ABC by this statement can be written as twice of area of triangle XBY. Understood? First of all, because this is parallel to this, what is it that you have? You have this angle is equal to this angle because they are corresponding angles, and this angle is equal to this angle because again they are corresponding angles. So I have angle BXY is equal to angle BAC and angle BYX is equal to angle BCA, because they are corresponding angles as XY is given to be parallel to AC. Therefore, by AA similarity criteria, triangle BXY is similar to triangle BAC. The smaller one is similar to the bigger one. Okay? And so what is going to happen? Their corresponding angles will be equal and corresponding sides will be proportional, and beyond that we know that if I have two triangles similar, then the ratio of their areas is equal to square of the ratio of any two corresponding sides. So I can say area of triangle BAC upon area of triangle BXY is equal to BA upon BX whole square. BA is corresponding side to the BX side of this triangle, right? So I take the square of the ratio of these corresponding sides as the ratio of the areas of these two similar triangles. Now you know, as I just said, area of this big triangle BAC is twice the area of this small triangle BXY, because this XY line is dividing this big triangle into two parts of equal areas. So I can write area of triangle ABC as area of triangle BXY plus area of triangle BXY. So area of triangle BAC is twice of area of triangle BXY upon area of triangle BXY. So this cancels out, you are left with 2 upon 1. So you get 2 upon 1 is BA upon BX whole square. So BA upon BX is root 2 upon 1. This implies BX upon BA is 1 upon root 2. So this implies 1 minus BX upon BA is 1 minus 1 by root 2, which is root 2 minus 1 by root 2. What is BA minus BX? BA minus BX is what? From complete BA you remove BX, you are left with AX or XA. So this upon this is equal to root 2 minus 1 upon root 2. You just multiply and divide by root 2. You will get root 2 into root 2 is 2. 1 into root 2 is root 2 upon root 2 into root 2 is 2. So you get XA upon BA is 2 minus root 2 upon 2. That is what you wanted to find. Find the ratio AX upon AB. So you have got AX is to AB is 2 minus root 2 is to 2. Clear? Next question says that in this figure ABC and DBC are two triangles on the same base BC. If AD intersects BC at O, show this. Okay. First of all, what we are going to do is, I am interested in triangle ABC and triangle CBD. First of all, I will be dropping a perpendicular from A onto side BC, and I will also be dropping a perpendicular from D onto this side BC again. Say this is P, say this is Q. Area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base into height. Base is BC, height is AP. Base is BC, height is AP. What is area of triangle CBD? Again half into base into height. So it is half into again BC into DQ. What will be the ratio therefore? Half cancels out, BC cancels out, this is equal to AP upon DQ, right? Now focus upon the triangle APO and DQO. If you can carefully see this angle and this angle, they are equal in these two triangles, each of 90 degrees, and this angle is also equal to this angle because they are vertically opposite angles. So I have angle APO is equal to angle DQO because each is of measure 90 degrees, and angle AOP is equal to angle QOD because they are vertically opposite angles. Two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of the other. That means by AA similarity, I have triangle APO is similar to triangle DQO, and therefore their corresponding sides will be proportional. So AP upon DQ is equal to PO upon QO is equal to AO upon DO. If I have AP upon DQ is AO upon DO, I can write area of this upon this, which is AP upon DQ, is equal to AO upon DO. And that is what I had to show, that the ratio of area of ABC and area of DBC triangle is AO upon DO. We first came till AP upon DQ, then we proved AP upon DQ is AO upon DO, and so I have got this ratio as equal to AO upon DO, and that completes our discussion over the questions. Please revise them very nicely. That's it from my side. Thank you.